Hi there, I'm Ashley Felsen. I'm a behavior resource teacher.
Hi, I'm Regina Reyes, and I'm also a behavior resource teacher.
And today we're going to talk about using visuals in your homes. Give me a second so we can share our screen with you.
Okay, so today we're going to be presenting to you how to use visuals in your home.
Our learning goals today are going to be to discuss a different variety of visual supports that you can use, introduce the benefits of using visuals, and give you a bunch of resources that you guys are going to be able to use in your home.
So basically, what are visual supports? Visual supports use a series of pictures to show the steps for a specific activity. There can be ones for getting dressed in the morning or specifically ones for following directions. So if you look at the picture here, we have one for making happy choices, stop, think, make good choices, and then all the steps for getting ready in the morning. So those are the different types.
Why should you use visual supports at home? Well, if you think about it, words disappear right after we say them. Visuals can hold time and space because they don't disappear, they stay where they are. Visuals also direct your attention to them and hold your attention. So you can always refer back to them, and they're always right there for your students to be able to understand the directions and know what the expectations are. They also allow more time to process the information because if they forgot something that you said, but if it's written, they can remember. And if you think about it, we as adults, we use visuals all the time on our cell phones icons. We have pictures that we know have specific meanings. We use visuals with traffic signs, our calendars. So it's no different that our children need to use them as well.
Benefits of using visual supports. Visual supports are often used to help children understand and manage the daily events in their lives. They can be created using pictures, photographs, objects, or even with written words. And the examples here show you a visual schedule for my morning schedule. And then the other one is my morning checklist. And that one has pictures and words on the same checklist.
So, continuing to talk about the benefits of using visual supports, it utilizes the individual's visual strengths and provides a receptive way to increase their understanding. And it helps children learn new things and broaden their interests. So, if you look at this picture, how to properly wash your hands, if that's posted all the time, in case they forget a step, they can always refer back to it.
Benefits of using visual supports. They provide tools that allow the child to use skills in a variety of settings, at school, at home, at the food store. They are predictable, so the kids can remain calm and potentially reduce any inappropriate behavior and anxiety that they may be having about something.
Labeling in the home. So, a good reason to label is that it can provide information about where to find specific items. So, if you have a toy area, it would be really helpful for you to label each of the baskets, maybe that you keep different toys in, and then your child is able to better clean up and put things where they belong. It allows for more independence in accessing materials, so they don't always need to ask you for assistance. They know where to go, they know what they need, and they know where to find it. And it promotes your child's understanding of visuals representing objects. So, in this training, in this folder, we have provided a bunch of different resources for you to create your own labels at home. So, definitely take a look.
Visual schedules. They can help to improve your child's understanding and cooperation. They provide information to your child about a number of things, regular activities that can happen throughout their day, the sequence of events that are going to occur, what new activities may also occur, what is not happening today. And when it is time to start one activity and when it is time to stop one activity and start another. So the example here shows we have breakfast first, then we go to school, then we come home, then we have swimming, dinner, and bedtime.
And also, we have some resources in the folder as well to create your own visual schedules at home. Some important things to remember when you're using visual schedules: you only want to use an amount of visuals in a sequence that your child can handle. So some children may only be able to handle up to 5 pictures. You don't want to give them an entire list of the entire day if there's 20 things on there. That will overwhelm them. You always want to use schedules either going left to right or up top to bottom. And you can always use like the morning on one side and then flip it and put the afternoon on the back. Make sure you identify times in the day when there's a change. So for example, in my classroom, I used to use a lightning bolt to symbolize that this is a change in routine so that they were prepared for it. And that is something different today. You definitely want to place the schedule somewhere visible and where you can refer to it throughout the day and your child can access it. And then make sure you always remove pictures or check off the activities when they're completed. If you don't remove them, they're not going to know where they're at. Or if there's no check marks, they won't find that blank spot. So you want to make sure you're checking things off after things are completed. Mini schedules also aid in supplementing the daily schedule. So this is like a visual schedule, but it's a little bit smaller of a sequence of events. So you could use this for playing a game. You can use this for washing your hands, getting dressed in the morning. So they're kind of like mini schedules within a daily schedule. But these types of mini schedules can be posted anywhere throughout your house to assist you. So they're usually a lot more detailed and they teach specific skills. Mini schedules should be located in the area of the home that they're going to be used. They have to use consistent language so that the child understands. And then make sure there's pictures for all of the main steps. So if you look at this example here, it's how to wash your hands, and it's taped right on the mirror, right by the sink, and the student's able to follow that.
First, then boards. The simplest form of instruction, the example would be first clean up, then we can play outside. They help build motivation in your child by first completing a less preferred activity, knowing that a preferred activity will follow. The first activity is usually a transition or skill building activity. The then activity is usually something your child enjoys and is reinforcing. The example at the bottom is first, if you tidy up, then we can go outside.
Choice boards. Choice boards are beneficial because they can provide different options available to your child. You can use these when you're trying to expand your child's interests so that they're not always choosing the same reinforcers. And you can I would start with 2 choices only, and then you gradually add in more choices. Again, we don't want to overwhelm your students. Always reinforce that your child made a choice by providing what was chosen as immediately as possible. So at first, we're just happy that they're using the choice board and making a choice. And we want to make sure we're reinforcing that so that they'll do it again. If you look at the examples, the top one has a lot more choices. There's computer, playing cards, Play-Doh, etc. So those are all different things that a child might be working for. The bottom is a little bit smaller. This might be a younger student or someone who can't handle as many choices, but this is just have a snack, tablet time, take a break, or read a book. These are really helpful, especially right now throughout the day, just because it gives your child even a little bit of control in what type of reward they're working for.
So this is a slide of different types of visual support. So the first one you can see is the chore chart, all based with pictures and words for your child to do throughout either a week or a day. That depends on what you do. This one is daily. There's a stop sign. Believe it or not, sometimes if we just place a stop sign by a door, they're not going to want to run out, okay, if that could be a problem at the house. Next to that is the sand timer. When you turn it over, they've got to you give them the direction, and then as soon as all the sand runs out of the timer, they should be done with that task. Okay, and then another example of the first then board at the bottom for different types of supports.
Using visuals as a prompting tool. So visuals can also be a great tool to correct misbehavior. So if your child's screaming, you can prompt them using a visual picture of a quiet mouth. So they can be beneficial in that way as well. Visuals can be used to show the students what the expected behavior is. So one of the resources we've also included in this training folder is whole body listening. And this is a picture of what we provide a bunch of different pictures if you want to use, but this one shows you what does it look like when I'm a whole body listener. My eyes are looking, my mouth is quiet, my legs are folded and still, my brain is thinking, my ears are listening, and my hands are to myself. So this shows the child what the expectations are while we're learning or listening. Visuals can also help to reduce prompt dependency because visuals are a lot easier to fade than a verbal prompt. So oftentimes we try to use more visuals than verbals because it's more beneficial for our students in the future.
In conclusion, visual supports can help to provide structure and routine, build confidence, improve understanding, and avoid frustration and anxiety. It can be time-consuming to set visuals up in your home. However, the time you spend now can save you time correcting behaviors and can help your child become more independent.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you need any more assistance with behavior, please reach out to your child's teacher, and then they will reach out to the district staff in our behavior group. Bye. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye.